Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another new beauty products which I'm trying out and reviewing this month. And this time around it's going to be skincare focused and skincare heavy, because the only products and like every single product basically which we have to talk about is in the skincare category, and specifically two skincare categories only. So there's not a lot of variety, but if you're looking at individual categories and you're looking for different products, then you will find exciting stuff in here. A lot of the products are, I want to say, newer-ish launches, and yes, we have face washes and we have sunscreens. So if that's not what you're interested in, then this video is not going to be for you. But if you want to know some new face washes which have launched in the market and which I'm going to review, and the same for sunscreens as well, then please keep on watching. I'm gonna go in the order of how we do our skincare. So I'll do face washes first and then I'll talk about the sunscreens. Both of the face washes are actually new, and I was anyways wanting to try out specifically this one. Okay, right here, this is Chemist Place Gentle and Soothing Face Wash. Since this has launched, I think when it had initially launched, I was not really into it. I was like, this is going to be more for dry skin, so why should I get it? But then when I saw the texture online, like, you know, different people reviewing it, talking about it, I think it was not people, it was, I think, the brand page where I saw the texture of this product constantly. I was like, okay, this is a gel-based cleanser, so you know what, let me get it and let me try it. It's probably going to be a nice face wash which is cleansing, but at the same time it's still like hydrating. That's what I was expecting. That's unfortunately not what this is. I feel like this is more almost like an essence, you know, like a super hydrating essence, but it's actually a face wash. So that is what I feel like is the biggest critique for this product, is unless and until and the tube is a little bit wet because I literally got out of my shower, so I think the water is like dripping onto my hand. But yes, this is basically like a super duper hydrating product and not cleansing enough in my opinion. So if you have, like, say, sensitive skin, or if you feel like most cleansers are too stripping on your skin, you might like this. Also, you should not have any oil on your face, I feel like, at all, if you want to use this, because this doesn't really remove too much of the oil. So that is something which I also feel like is a critique for my skin type specifically. Now, I use this in the morning, but keep in mind, I do use like a retinol, I use like a good you know, hydrating moisturizer at night. So in the morning I want something that's going to you know, remove all of that off, because I'm gonna put new skincare on top. So I don't want something that's just gonna gently, you know, cleanse but then not really actually cleanse. I'm not sure, but I feel like when I started using this initially, it was actually kind of breaking me out because it was not cleaning my skin well enough. So for me personally, this did not really work out to be that great. I was even considering decluttering it, but then because I was not having a great experience with this, right, I decided to pick up this other face wash, which is also a new launch. It launched after the Chemist Play one. This is Nykaa Naturals Rice Water and Glycolic Acid Gentle Exfoliation Cleanser, and it says Glass Skin Glow. Now, this particular range has a lot of different face washes. The other ones looked more like herbal and, you know, a little bit old school in my opinion. This felt like a more modern version, and I also felt like this one, even if it has a scent, it will not have a very strong scent. So that's why I was like, okay, let me pick this up. I picked it up, and yes, it does have a scent, and I think I can deal with the scent. But this one, again, it's not my favorite. It's not bad either. It does the job of cleaning my skin really well, but I don't enjoy the experience. Like, I will use this up, but I'll probably not repurchase it. You know what I mean? Like, with some face washes, I truly enjoy using them, and I know that because I enjoy using them, they do the job, I'll probably repurchase them too. This one does the job, but I don't enjoy it. Like, that's how I can, you know, categorize and say that this is something which is like in the middle level. It's not the best, it's not the worst, it's in the middle level. So that is why I don't feel like I want to highly recommend this, or I know I'm not going to repurchase it either. But what I have been doing, and this is like my current you know, go-to morning cleanser situation, is that I take the teeniest bit of this and then I take the teeniest bit of this, lather them together basically in my palms, and use them like that. So that way I am not wasting this product, because clearly on its own it's not working for me. And then this one, I feel like if I'm using the right amount of product to cover like my entire face and my neck and everything, the scent can bother me a little bit, even though it's the mildest scent, but it still does kind of bother me. So when I use them together, it's working for me, and I think I'm definitely going to be using both of them up like this. There is a possibility that I'll use up one before the other, because the quantity in here is not the same, and right now I'm doing half and half. So we'll figure it out, then we'll see which one I end up using up first. But so far that's what I've been doing, and don't get me wrong, I don't recommend them. I don't actually recommend either of these face washes to anyone, because I know I'm not going to be repurchasing them. I am just using them up right now. So if you want my brutally honest review, that's what it is. There are other face washes that I recommend much more than these two. Okay, we're done with face wash. Now let's move on to sunscreens. Now in sunscreens, the first one that I'm going to talk about is actually an empty. This is Dermaco's 1% hyaluronic acid sunscreen oil free gel. Now the OG 1% hyaluronic acid sunscreen aqua gel is the one that is a holy grail, like my top and number one sunscreen. And when they launched different variants in that specific like range, obviously it was a marketing thing that they wanted to do, because that one is a bestseller and people love it. So like, why not use the same name and launch more variants? Like, it makes sense marketing wise. So they launched an oily skin version, and they also have a dry skin version too, which I also own. I have not reviewed it yet, but I will be doing it soon. I mean, I've spoken about it, but I have not done like a full in-depth review on it. Anyway, this is the oily skin version of that. So I was expecting, to be very honest, the formula is going to be different. It's going to be probably way more lighter, something that's going to be more like a gel. Now, even though it says oil free gel, it's not actually a gel, because it's the same. It's like a cream, and it works very, very, very similarly to the OG version. So I don't know why this one is meant to be for oily skin and that one is not. I am assuming it's the ingredients in here which are niacinamide and zinc PCA, which I'm pretty sure that one does not have, but the texture and formula is not really that different. It is the same. It could be the ingredients in here which are slightly different, which I understand, but nothing I will say to say that this is better than that. And because that one comes in the biggest size, which is like a very good value for money as well, I feel like if I had to repurchase, I'd just go back to that. I don't see a reason why I would repurchase this specifically. So that's my review on this. And I know when I spoke about this in a new beauty releases, a lot of people wanted me to compare the three, so I'll be doing that. But I can tell you the oily skin version and the normal skin version is not that different. So there is that. Then the second sunscreen which I also got, and this one is actually something that was highly, highly recommended for a very long time from a subscriber. Oh shit, I just flicked it out of my hand. Okay, this is Happier Sundays Ultra Light Sunscreen, SPF PA 4 pluses, SPF 50, sorry, SPF 50 PA 4 pluses. Now again, similar packaging, airless component. I love these, but I feel like I enjoyed the packaging and everything earlier when there were a lot of sunscreens which, when there were not a lot of sunscreens in the specific packaging. Now, I wish that these sunscreens came in like bigger sizes. Honestly, even with Happier Sundays, why are they not launching this in a bigger size? I'm not quite sure. That being said, talking about the formula and how it compares to other sunscreens which I know and love, it is lightweight, it is really nice. It works similarly where when you apply it, it's a cream and then it dries down to leave no white cast, skin like finish. It's all the same things, which is very common in tons of other brands out there. So that is why I feel like it's not different or unique enough. Now, one thing that I have noticed about this product versus others is that sometimes there is, I think, some specific ingredient in here which can kind of burn or tingle a little bit. Like if the previous night I have exfoliated, my skin is a little fresh and the top layer of skin basically is very very soft and like sensitive almost a little bit, I want to say. I think that's when it happens. It can happen more often than not because typically I do exfoliate like every other night or so, you know, so that's why. That's not the product's fault, but I just wanted to put that out there. But apart from that, it's not different enough where I feel like you know, I need to choose this one over various other sunscreens out there. So I liked it, I enjoyed it. I'm definitely going to be using up every single last drop of product out of here, but then apart from that, I don't really see myself repurchasing this one. But if they came in a bigger size and if there was a good value for money in there, I would decide to pick this up. Now I understand Happier Sundays is a smaller brand as compared to say like Dermaco, Aqualogica, Dr. Sheth's, where they can expand and they can do bigger sizes, right? So I understand that, but I feel like that's something they should look into because the loyal customer base at least will enjoy having value sizes of this specific product. So that is that. And our last product and also the last sunscreen is another newer one. Now I don't know how new the product actually is, but it's newer to me and I saw it not that long ago. Like I saw about it not that long ago, so I'm assuming it's new, but I could be wrong on that as well. This is from BeBodyWise. This is the ultra light sunscreen SPF 50 plus. There are, okay, there is PA 4 pluses. I was going to say that there is no PA over here, but there is. And again, it says it's got anti-acne technology. I don't know what that is. No white cast, and I think it's said somewhere on the box or maybe on the website that this gets absorbed within like 3 seconds. And I kind of agree with that. Now, because you have this squeezy tube which is like super duper thin, if you can see, when you like draw it on your hand, right, to remove the product out, it disperses a very thin line. So that is why I typically go with 3 fingers versus 2 fingers, which I would do with other sunscreens usually, and that gives me a decent amount of product. Sometimes I feel like if it is less, I'll just go in with more to make sure I'm covering my entire face and my neck and everything. Even today I'm wearing it under my makeup. And I will say there is something about this. It's either the packaging, it is the, you know, tube, which it's like really fun to apply. There is something about this that I'm really enjoying using. It is super duper thin. It gets absorbed very very into the skin, and it's just a fun experience to apply. Like there is something and a lot of people say this, that you know, your sunscreen should be something that you want to apply every single day. Like if it's fun to apply, then you'll automatically reach for it, grab for it. You'll never want to skip sunscreen. And I think this is something that is just fun to apply. I don't know whether it is the tube packaging or whether it is the nozzle or whether it is the formula in itself. Like if the same formula was in a different packaging, would I enjoy it equally as much or not? I'm not quite sure, but this I am really enjoying applying. Now again, I'm going to say the same thing that I'm going to say about, like I said about Happier Sundays, was that they should really come out with it in a bigger size, because this is 50 grams. I'm going to use it up super quickly, and I mean it's 499 rupees. And BeBodyWise I think does go on buy one get one offer, but not as often as, you know, maybe Dermaco or Dot & Key, like, you know, brands like that. So again, I recently you know, got into BeBodyWise and seeing what their product offerings are. So maybe they do their sales often, I don't know. But yes, I would really love them to do this in a bigger size. And if you ask me, am I going to repurchase this or not, I probably will, but not immediately. I feel like I have a lot of sunscreens and I have a lot of favorite sunscreens as well, and other sunscreens do come in you know, a better value, basically, because sunscreen is something I'm going to constantly end up repurchasing, right? So I also have to see that even though it's fun to apply, and maybe this is something I could you know, buy and use when I'm traveling, you know, like this is a great size tube even to have in my travel skincare makeup bag. But is it something I want to use every single day? Because if I do use it every single day, I'm going to go through it pretty quickly. So those are also questions I have to ask myself. But overall, I love the formula, I love the packaging, clearly love the texture, and I'm really enjoying using this. But time will tell if I'm going to repurchase this and how often I'm going to use it or not, stuff like that. So yes, this is something I have been enjoying quite a bit. And again, it's not the only sunscreen I'm really enjoying. I have a lot of other sunscreens also which I'm enjoying, so that is why I have to see what is most suitable for my wallet. But any which ways, now I feel like I'm just repeating myself again and again and again, so I'm gonna go now. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any follow-up questions which you feel like I did not answer, and that's why you want to ask me like more info on any of these products, or if there is anything you want me to review for future videos like these, then do let me know. I obviously have a running list on my phone, so we have ample of products for like September, October, even November. And yeah, that is that. I'm going to obviously keep testing out different products and review them for you guys. So yes, you can keep expecting more such content like this from me, and also tons of other content which I'm doing on my channel, which please go ahead and check it out if you haven't checked it out already. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, bye guys. Bye bye.